Yup. That's right, man. It's Eagles Wear Boxing on Friday, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Listen to that eagle. That's right, man. We up in here. Eagles Wear Boxing. I'll wait for y'all to get up in here. Get up in here, man. Get in. Sit your ass down. Hit that like button on your way in. Like, and if you're an adult, you can subscribe. Adult minded, not just an adult. If you're just an adult, don't apply. It won't be good. Won't be good. Yep. Yeah, we got an important Saturday. We got an important Saturday. Yeah. And we have today is controversial fight today, right? Yep. So we got a little bit of controversial things happening today, but we'll talk a little bit about it. We'll talk a little bit about it. Yeah, they're messing us up though. We got fights. We got fights on Tuesday, man. Coming up. We got fights on Tuesday. Wow. So I guess they're taking over every day of the week. Matter of fact, just in case you didn't know, Teofimo Lopez, they finally have, I guess they decided that's going to be on the Monday. That's weird, man. There's no holidays in October, right? I don't think there's no holidays coming up in October that I know of. There's no holidays, so I don't know why they got that fight scheduled for that, but we're gonna find out. Let me see. Make sure I'm still. Yep, on. All right. So y'all get in here. I'm waiting. I'm not gonna talk. Well, it's hard for me not to talk, but I'm not gonna talk for a little while. I don't want to pass up good information because I got people that come in and they say, "Oh, I'm 2 minutes behind." You know who you are, because they want to catch every word because they know the mouthpiece is going. Just call me Watermelon Man right now. That's a song, y'all. If y'all don't know nothing about it, just research it, just listen to it, and if you enjoy like percussions and music, you're gonna be amazed. Eagles Wear Boxing. Get up in here. Oh, boy. I'm just playing with the camera. You can see me scratch my face. It's itchy. It's itchy because I got fur. Yeah. And that's what makes it itch. Okay, let me go back into this schedule a little bit. I don't know. You guys might have something to say about the Oscar Valdez, but you can if you want. We can discuss it a little bit. I just wanted this to be the wrap up for the weekend. We get up out of here. One twist though. Not really even a twist though. It's not even a twist. Salute to Derek Bailey out there. Deep to the Baileys up in here, man. Y'all better recognize. It's because he come in quiet. That's those ones you got to watch, man. They come in quiet like that. Those are the ones you got to watch. I'm warning. I'm just telling you what it is. The ones that's quiet, you got to watch quiet people, man. I'm just loud because I'm in here doing this show, but you got to watch some quiet people, man. They might, because you all loud, like, what's up? They might leave you in the corn. Leave you in the corn. What would you rather get left? In the corn? Or in a cold alley? Which one? No, this ain't dark web today. No, that's kind of, this dark web. Dang, this is the dark web today. Either the cornfield. It ain't gonna really, it doesn't matter. You kind of got a chance in the alley, right? If you're still here. In the cornfield, you probably don't have a chance at all. Nah, it just ain't gonna look good for you. But the alley, you don't have, you got chances that, that you might get the Mortal Kombat finish him on you, or you might get the helping hand. In the cornfield, you ain't gonna get a helping hand. You ain't gonna get finishing. That cold and everything else gonna get you, or maybe snakes. Maybe mice, rats is gonna feast on you. Eagle Square Boxing, where we turn into the dark web at times. Yeah. But Oscar Valdez, yeah, Oscar. Another Oscar. What is it about these Oscars and stuff? D to the baby, he bring it out right away. He said, did he miss weight? That's a whole subject, right? That's a whole subject right there. Because I'm thinking, why do you miss weight? Why do you miss weight? If you look at it, why you stressing? Why you so stressed out? Why you so stressed out? These fighters, man, they something else. They something else. It's not good. You come in and you don't have, you just don't have a good look. You don't have a good look when you come in, you mouthpiecing. Everybody know how we feel about it. You know how we feel about it when you come in, all wrecked up. When your mouth is all wrecked up, we know, what it is. Come in with your mouth all wrecked up. Tell me what you're going to do this, you're going to do that. I didn't want to get on here, and I didn't want to, start bashing the WBC, because we've covered this up a long time ago. It's been, if you guys are just catching up because you in slow chats, or you in agenda chats where people just care what they look like, oh yeah, I quoted some stuff from BoxRec and I did this and did that, or I'm putting on some kind of facade or something, some kind of image or something, some kind of fake ass image, then that's how you fall behind, man. But we stay miles ahead of this whole thing, man. We already talked about the sanctioning bodies, and we don't even need it. And here we talk about it as grown folk. We don't care. We don't even care about your straps. We don't care about your money. We want to see good fights. We're in it for the entertainment and the sports value of it. The execution of your plan to demolish and destroy somebody. Yeah? So that's what we're looking at. We're not looking at something else. You must not understand that we are looking at the execution of your plan. That's what we're looking at. The execution of your plan. We're not looking at all this other stuff. You know? It's the execution of your plan and what you do in there. We want to look and see. Yeah, I see you, D-Lo 404. Salute to D-Lo. Yeah, I'm running my mouth, D-Lo. I'm running my show. Yeah, yeah, but salute to D-Lo 404. Yeah. But we have talked about this in Grown Folks Boxing Chat. We have talked about this a long time ago. The sanctioning bodies, none of that. And I might have a different spin on things than other chats and other talks we'll have. I'm going to have a different spin on it. And like I said, we don't always get locked up in boxing. We get locked up in grown folks stuff. But we were never, at least from my estimation, that we were never locked into like a certain organization, a certain group. We were never endorsing somebody. You never see me give a stamp of approval. Oh yeah, the IBF, that's a great organization. Yeah, I got a cousin in that. Blah 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 blah. Oh, he knows the president and the vice president is this. And no. We don't get into it like that. What we do is we observe and we see. Now, I don't want to undermine the people's attitude towards the organizations. And I don't want to overestimate. You see what I mean? Now, if I put pieces together, this is what if I come up with. There's a multitude, whether that be big or that be small, but there's a multitude of Hispanic fighters that are under the WBC that appear to be privileged in that organization, and the president of that organization happens to be Hispanic. Now, I could talk about that, or we could discuss that, but we don't want to undermine. It's Salute to Sir Flame out there. I see my brother out there. Don't worry, we're going to read the rules out in a second, man. Yep. We can estimate that the possibility, if we did any kind of statistics or anything else, the possibility of some type of, and I want to put this in a good manner, some kind of a friendly mannerism towards these fighters is involved, then that just might be what it is. Because I'm not going to try my best not to get flagged. We haven't got knocked down for a while. We have some streams that were killed. I was surprised the last one because we got deep into a lot of other stuff. And yeah, I'm not saying we won't get deep into it today. Sir Flame disappeared on us, but we had got deep. So it was too much for Sir Flame. He can't handle but so much. You know, that damn ego, man, tell the truth again. I'll make you hyperventilate if you ain't ready for it. But anyway, let me get from the beginning down to the bottom here, man, so I can keep going. But anyway, Derek Bay says, salute at Eagles Wear Boxing. Yeah. We talking about the Valdez. He said that he missed weight. Yep, missing weight. D-Lo 404 Boxing said, I'm in here. He said, let's cook it up. D-Lo 404 again. He said salute. He said 100% with the thumbs up. Derek Bailey is salute at D-Lo 404 Boxing. And then D-Lo 404 Boxing is at Derek Bailey with the salute. And then, of course, Sir Flames up in here. Y'all, just in case y'all don't, you don't know, then now you know the rules. Because he said salute to Eagles Web. That's the first thing you do. You hit that jab, that like button on your way in. But he said salute to Eagles Web. Salute to the chat. He said it as always. He said jab that like button or your neck. He said don't get neck in Eagles Web boxing. That's right. He got the fire up good with the 100 with the glove, baby. And those things as always, just to let you know what it is, right? And then D-Lo 404 is right back. He said, this is your baby, but we all changed some diapers and held a bottle a time or two in here. So I have a show topic request. Yeah. This is Friday Rap, man. Friday Rap. I try to leave, so whatever it is, D-Lo. So we try to leave Friday Rap open. You know, Friday Rap, we try to keep it open to discussion. It's going to be grown folk, whatever it is. So if somebody get wind of it, I don't know how I titled it. Let me check it out. I might have, it's probably a safe title because, okay, Friday Rap. Okay, Weekend of Redemption. It's just, okay, so Weekend of Redemption. So the stuff that I want, so the redemption factor, the redeeming factor for this weekend is actually Evander Holyfield. So I give you the heads up before we get to that topic that I'm going to give you the heads up. That is actually the redemption for this weekend. And we'll discuss some of the layers of what I mean by the redemption of this weekend. But the other stuff, always got to keep that in mind. The other stuff, man. We see what's going on, man. I don't like when people play blind and act dumb and stuff. You are grown folks. You ain't grown folks boxing. That's all it is to it. Yeah, but if you got something we can cook on, man, it don't matter. This is Friday cookout. We do cookouts on Friday. Yeah. And then Sir Flame said, why is Raleigh fighting Tank? Raleigh a street fighter. Tank gonna fuck him up. Yeah, of course he is. That's another. See, that was another topic too. Let me throw this at you real quick. You know, certain people have certain looks on their face. Right now, Holyfield is looking, and we gonna talk about him right now. But Holyfield is looking. He got that little slide look in his face, like I'm fucking somebody up. He is. Floyd Mayweather. You guys know it. That's why I don't like to talk about this stuff. So MTM knew this in the beginning. This whole Raleigh thing and the Tank thing. You know Tank is the baby, right? He brings Raleigh in knowing that Raleigh was going to get cocky and eventually like, oh, I think I can outshine Tank. You know, get envious and see what Tank is doing and then want to fight Tank, knowing the skill set ain't there. So we may get into that, but I think that was from jump. I think that was a setup. That's just me. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'm just saying a lot of stuff just looked like it to me. As a grown man, it looks like that to me. Because he a street person. Yeah. Yeah, but D-Lo 404 says salute at Sir Flame, and D-Lo 404 says sound like you may already be on your way to the topic I'm thinking of. Yeah. So, but I don't like it when we have to separate the persons and people and teams and everything else, the organizations from a sport. I don't like that. But Derek Bailey said, salute at Sir Flame. And then Derek Bailey again said facts at Sir Flame. And then Sir Flame back at salute at Derek Bailey. And then Sir Flame, of course, he crying. Yeah. I don't want to. But you guys compromise us by putting us in that position to where we have to talk about these things, and you make it kind of obvious who's the missing piece on the WBC. The most controversy for the WBC has been Deontay Wilder since he had a belt. Now it's still controversy. Tyson Fury comes over, acts like he's adopting the Mexican culture and all that. He don't know shit about the Mexican culture. Matter of fact, you Mexicans, you don't know shit about the Mexican culture. And I'm calling you out because that's your culture. But you don't know shit about your culture. I'm going to tell you one thing. Even your diet, I can get you. Because the thing is, your scholarship is really, really low. And one of the biggest things you guys eat, now I'm getting on your diet, and I'm probably wrong for it, but you guys eat a lot of pork. And pork is not native to this part of the world at all. You had no need for pork. You know why you didn't have a need for pork? Is because this is condor land. This is turkey vulture land. This is vulture land. You had other things here to clean the land. You didn't need pigs. Pigs are from dirtier lands where you need pigs because they're from you need pigs in a dirtier land. In a clean land like this used to be, pigs will just destroy it. Anyway, enough on that. But you don't even know your own culture, so stop it. Stop with the separatism and all that. I love everybody. I love everybody. I love all of you as long as you're not doing something this evil. Once you do evil shit, that's it. You're on my list. And if you're doing if there's any kind of conspiracy going on, then you're on my list. You're on my list of people that I don't like or things I don't like. I'm going to hate you. I'm going to hate the evil that you do. But you're not doing right by Wilder. And I hope that Wilder is that new boxer, because you can become a new boxer. You're already professional. Get your ass out the way of those punches and get your combinations off, and it'll be an easy win. Get in Tyson Fury's chest. Even though you're taller, get in his chest. Get in his chest, and then when he tries to get out, that's when you hit him. That's a good key. That's a good plan for Wilder. I don't know. I don't want to give too much away because I'll mess around and give Tyson Fury's side of it, and he'll do the same thing. Sir Flame, I already know. Or Derek Bailey, I'll give Tyson's, and he'll be waiting, looking in Eagles Web to get those instructions. How do I beat Wilder? I don't even know. I don't know if I'm gonna give you that today. Yeah, D-Lo404 said I want you to go all the way in on that comment you made on my video in response to the guy implying that the Mexican fighters and fans are carrying the sport. Doesn't have to be today. Just one of them. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, he was delusional, man. I had to voice out on him because that bullshit was delusional. Talking about they the loudest and more supportive. Get your ass out of here, man. English fans will travel their ass from thousands of miles away to get up here. Mexicans ain't got to do nothing but drive across the border. If they legal, just drive across the border or fly over. That ain't nothing. That's nothing. And I'm gonna tell you one thing about the English fans is that the English fans are doing it for their people, their boys. They're not doing it for a color. Mexicans do it because of a color. They fight everybody because of a color. And when's the last major war that they won? You know, that they such warriors and shit like that. Oh, we the Aztec warriors and all. Y'all ain't no warriors. Get your ass out of here. I accept it because mainstream accept it. And I'm not accepting it. I'm just saying, yeah, okay, I bet. Yeah, you Aztec, you this and that. Yeah, right, whatever. The Olmec people and stuff. We know what the Olmec people look like. Stop it. We're not trying to have that discussion today. But there are brown peoples, no matter what continent you go to, that the major people on those, anywhere you go, the major people, they wouldn't be there if they wasn't the major people, if they wasn't the beginning. They didn't just come in. If the major people was dark brown skin, and brown skin, then that's what it is. Then those are the ones at the beginning. Those are men. That's what man look like. The rest of you, mankind, just get mad at ego if you want to. I can't help it if your scholarship didn't let you know that that's what it was. But that's what it is. That's what it is. So we're not trying to have a separatism because I accept all of you because you're my native brother. So I accept everybody as being native. I accept everybody, the so-called African Americans. I accept them as my brothers because they're native, and that's me too. That's in my family too. Don't you think I got cousins and stuff like that? That we all mixed up. It's just on my side. My dad is Iroquois, and my mom Natitsa, which is Cheyenne. So Those are my two sides. Okay, but that doesn't take away from the other people in my family because they got different fathers. Now on the mother side, they the same because they my mom's sister, of course. So they the same. But on the other side, like on the dad side, I can't speak on that. I don't know what the dad is. I don't know. He's just brown skin, so it's hard to tell if it's brown skin because brown skins come from all corners of the world. We don't know which one is which. We just know that we are original. We just originate people. We're not nothing else. You know, if you want to call us anything besides original or originate, then just call us kings and queens. That's it. Or just call us father and mother. Father, mother. That's it. Anything that's on top and positive, that's what you are. Your father, your mother, your king, your queen, your man, and your woman. You're not womankind, you're not mankind. And if somebody has a problem with that, then come see me about it. I'm just going to destroy whatever scholarship you had is going to just get completely destroyed because you're going to bring books and I'm going to bring facts. I'm going to bring history. I'm going to bring history and you're going to bring books and from such and such a professor and all that. That's what you're going to bring. That's what you're going to bring to the table. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to enlighten you by opening up your mind and let you see what it is on your own. And you'll be okay, that makes sense. I'm going to make you see that it makes sense and then you're going to feel like, oh, I better just, okay. And I'm not trying to do that to you like that. Yeah, but this guy comes in and he comments, you know, like he's acting like he has much respect for Dilo 404's channel, right? And so he's coming in and he's just, you know, with all due respect and all that, you know, the Mexican people, like Mexican people are the ones that's keeping boxing afloat. No, they're killing boxing. They're killing boxing. Because you got their main stars. Okay, let me just show you something. Because if you're visiting, let me just show you something. Because what you're not paying attention to is that you have at least 4 or 5 major players that are killing boxing. You got one that is a prima donna or just a donna in Cinnabox, who's not fighting who the public wants him to fight, who the true fans wants him to fight. He's just trying to fight to get over. And with Caleb Plant, I'll tell you, Caleb Plant, I know you're working with Andre Ward, and I hope Andre is teaching you to stay away from your right side. Stop leaning over towards the right because that's what Canelo wants. That's why he's looking at you because he thinks he's going to get like an overhand shot off on you. We'll cover that more anyway, though. But Canelo, you too easy to beat. People are looking at your skill set, but you too easy to beat. You got good head movement, but your body ain't going nowhere. You can't take a jab. All they got to do is jab the shit out you. Just don't let you get nothing off. Make you frustrated and you force your way in. So that's what you want to do with Canelo anyway. You want to keep him on the jab and make him force his way in so he can try to get to score. Once he tries to come in, that's when you just counter his ass hard as you can. Until you frustrate him. That's all Mayweather did was jab the shit out of him, and then Mayweather was able to throw every punch, any punch that Mayweather wanted to throw at Canelo, he was able to throw. Okay, but back to the point. You got Lopez out there who's screwing up, right? Don't want to fight nobody. You got Ryan Garcia just having all kinds of breakdowns and mental breakdowns and all that. You got the PD users, the whole camp over there. I almost put the name out there, but this whole specific camp out there on the PEDs, you got people just coming to protect them. Oh no, they was on some type of stimulant and then blah 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 blah. Yeah, but that's what you got these doctors of cocktails now to give these fighters these cocktails to try to clean them out. And I'm familiar with it because I know even in the military they do that too. Don't get shocked because people are going to be people. You cannot control people like that. You cannot put a complete control on people because some people be, yeah, we're going to do it. And at the same time, they plotting to get your ass. They just doing it because, their hand is forced. You see? So when you try to say that the Mexican people are the ones that's doing all the supporting, you full of shit. Because you got a lot of other people. Even when I go to fights, I see a lot of other people there. As a matter of fact, when I went to the Spence fight, there was a lot of Mexicans there, but there's a lot of other people there. I've seen more so-called African Americans there than I've seen anybody. But the Mexicans were still there because they was going to see Benavidez, I guess. But they was out there. They was booing and all and everything else. But in sports, like I said, you got to reality check people. The people that say, "Oh, I see it this way," and these are the total fakes. Just like when I was an NBA fan, like complete NBA fan, I even forgot about this one instance. There was an instance that, who was Shaquille playing for? I don't even know who Shaquille was playing for, but he had the blue jersey, blue with the red trim. But anyway, when Shaquille O'Neal was playing in the All-Star game with Michael Jordan, was that 99? Is 99 or something like that? It might have been 99, something like that, or it might have been even later than that. But he was throwing down monstrous dunks and everything, and he just had a good game. I think he even had high point. I think he was high man, something like that. And they gave Jordan the MVP, and you can hear the crowd booing. See. Because the crowd is more. Those are basketball fans. They were trying to give Michael the reality check. Michael, you didn't win this one. And Michael Jordan has been in different controversies and stuff when it came to events, even in the slam dunk contest where he won one time against Dominique Wilkins, and a lot of people said, he shouldn't have won that one. Well, that was an MVP that you shouldn't have won, and the crowd knew it. They was like booing. You're like, nah. See, those are true fans. For me, in my opinion, those are true fans. Now, we do have some booers in boxing that is just, they just fanboys or fangirls. It could be true sometimes. I mean, sometimes it's a bad decision and we see it, but we got to live with whatever decision that the judges, throw out there. Whatever the judges give us, that's what we got to give. But I go on to my parallel, but I jump back and forth. Now I jump back again. So you see, you guys are not like the greatest fans and stuff like that when it comes to boxing. You're just average like everybody else. If you're an open fan, then you go for it. You go with the great boxers. You be like, yeah, you don't just stick and see, because they say this shit right away. Oh, I'm going with Mikey. When they knew Mikey was going to get beat up by Earl, I'm going with Mikey. Oh, I got to stick with my Mexican brother. Got to stick with my Mexican. No. Why are you sticking with somebody? You ain't going to stick with your Mexican brother if it comes to the track and field championships and shit, and you're not going to bet $1,000 on him to beat somebody like Usain Bolt. You'll be an idiot. But they do that in boxing, though. They don't do that in no other sport. They're not going to do that. If your Mexican brother was in the slam dunk contest, are you betting on him? Nope. I'm just saying. Generally, you ain't going to do that. What about if it's in the quarterback race in the NFL? Are you banking on your Mexican brother? What about for the rushing title? Are you banking on your Mexican brother then? It's just that Mexicans feel like they own boxing. You don't. You were never the first boxers, and you were never the best boxers. You have some of the best boxers, yeah, but all nations have some of the best boxers. But you've always been exposed. And I ain't trying to go off completely, but you've always been exposed, like always. All your greatest fighters, except for one, Sanchez was the only Mexican fighter that was never exposed. All your other fighters have always been exposed. And so with the history, you don't think that these other fighters are going to be exposed too? They've always been exposed. Julio Cesar Chavez was undefeated, was 87-0 before he ran into Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. And then Franklin. Remember he quit during the Franklin fight because Franklin was going to beat him up twice? All your fighters get exposed. Oscar De La Hoya got exposed. Oh, I was on my down I was going down, and all that. But you want to fight again now? Get your ass all the way out here. Stop trying to play people with minds. Stop it. Now you're gonna get mad and Eagles doing a hate show. No, I'm not saying that the Mexican people have been exposed. All your Mexican champions have been exposed. I'm not saying that any other race or any other nation of fighters haven't been exposed. Eventually, you know what exposes all fighters? Time. The thing that we call time exposes all fighters. It exposes you eventually. When time catch up with your ass, it's gonna get you. Let me get back into the chat, man. I'm starting. I know. I'm sorry about that. I fell way behind on y'all, man. Sorry about that. Yep. Yeah, but Sorry Flame said I watched a Raleigh fight yesterday, and I counted 12 right hands looping punches in a row. I know that all that looping shit he gonna get the hell beat out of him. D-Lo 404 boxing again. He said WBC made an Aztec and Mayan belt for the fake Ronald McDonald clumsy motherfucking Fury. Yeah. Aztec and Mayan. Get your ass out of here. And all you doing is stealing. You're stealing the glory from the real Aztecs and the real Mayans. You're stealing it. Guess what? I have a friend that went down to Mayan country, and he was in the backwoods and stuff like that. And they had I guess they had figures and stuff in there. These are people that's not in society. They're off the grid. And they had interpreters. He went in there and talked to them, and everybody was staring at him. He was wondering why. And so one of them, there was a question was asked to them. He said, they asked he asked, who taught you guys how to do all this stuff, the stuff you're doing back in here? And they pointed at him. He said, it was people like you that taught us. And I'm not going to get into the whole thing of who was the teachers on this earth. The teachers are no longer the teachers. They're not the students. They're the dunsters. They're, in other words, they got a big ass cone hat on sitting in the corner because you're listening to shit that's not even real. And some people just don't listen to it. Like me, I don't listen to it. I don't listen to it. All your science, all that, I don't listen to all that bullshit. I'm like, you're full of shit. Get out of here. Whatever you're creating something that's going to damage the earth. That's it. That's the only thing you know how to create. You don't know how to create anything that cleans the earth without dirtying something else. You don't. Like I said, trash was one of the worst inventions ever. That was one of the worst things. Is trash and pollution was one of the worst things for the earth. It did not exist before certain people existed. It didn't exist. Everything else just went recycled, went back into the earth, replenished the earth. Get out of here. I have a great idea though. Like I said, just guys, I tell people, just don't take anything home. They should actually do that at the stores, even if they charge you $1 or $2. Is you should be able to take all your frozen foods out of the bags and put them in your own containers. So when you're going to take them home. So anything that you have that's in any kind of containers besides cans, like boxes, you should be able to just leave the box there, leave the plastic right there at the store, and then take the rest of your stuff home. That's the way it should be. I'm just saying. That's just one part of it. Yeah, but yeah, D-Lo come in here. He want me to start. Y'all come in here. Y'all want the fights. That's right. That's right, D-Lo. So henceforth, King D-Lo 404 box. That's right. That's right, King. I'm not gonna argue with you. You're a king. I mean, some kings don't know they kings, and you can't wear the crown. You can't wear the crown because they separate us anyway by making us fight about that silly subject about color. It never was color. It never was color. It became color when certain colored people start claiming stuff. That's when it became color. It was never color because they already knew who were the kings. I mean, the color let you know the king. That, of course, yeah, that's true. But it was never about color. How could it be about something when that exists already? It's not about that no more. It's about your knowledge. It was never about your color because you already had the color. They never looked at you as the colored ones. That was to knock you down. The negrito and all that shit. They never looked at you as the colored one. They looked at you as the knowledgeable ones. Oh, those, oh, the ones with the knowledge. Just go there. You will understand the ones with the knowledge because they look different than us. They didn't go. They didn't say, "Oh, go see the blacks, go see the dark browns." They didn't say that. The wise men. They told the people to go see the wise men, and you were the wise men. No. People get mad. Yeah, don't get mad. If you get mad, that's on you. D-Lo 404 again. He said any fans who wants their fighters to win, he said irregardless of cherry picking, cheating, he said failing PED test in Diva, he said is not helping the sport. That's right. It's not. You cannot help. You're not a true. But see, when they do that shit, it's not. You are not a true fan when you do that shit. You're not. How could you be a true fan? I could like a fighter, and it could be in my family. I could be like, oh man, brother, yeah, I want my brother to win. I'm going with him because he's my brother. I have to. That's my family. That's different. And the only reason I'm going with my brother because he's my family, because that's a big ass fight. I might go to I might leave and say my brother probably gonna get smashed up. He don't have enough skills. I'm gonna pray for him. That's it. I know he probably gonna lose, but within your family you can't say that. In your family you gotta tell the truth. You gotta say, okay, I'm going with my boy. Yeah, I'm going with D-Lo. Knowing D-Lo coming in with a little bit less experience than he should, I'm going with him. I said that's my brother D-Lo. I gotta go with him. Yeah, I know he's gonna get handed up, but I had to go with him. That's different. I'm not going to base him just because I don't even know nothing about D-Lo. I'm like, oh, yeah, we same color skin. Yeah, I'm going to go with my brother. I'm going with him, man. I got to go with my race, man. It's my race. So, you're stupid. Don't do this. You take away from anything. You take it away from any experience when you do that dumb shit. Just like if you flying on a plane, you got a Mexican pilot or something like that. Do you want him to fly and he just got out of flight school? Or who you want to fly your plane? Or you want the white guy to fly the plane and who's been landing planes safely, never had any incidents for 35 years. Who you want to fly your plane? The new guy? Just because he's your, I want the Mexican in there. Well, give me the parachute so I can jump my ass up off that plane. So stop it. People make race stuff too heavy. All the Black Lives Matter, also all that setup shit. Stop it. Instead of saying BLM, if you want to keep using if you want to keep using black and stuff like that, just say blacks are kings. Don't say Black Lives Matters. Say you killing the kings and queens of this earth. Just say it. The teachers, the original teachers, the original people say that you're killing them. And then the impact will be a lot more. Especially overseas people say, oh, they killing the kings and queens of this earth. You think people don't know? Stop. Don't play with me because I'm the wrong person to play with. I'm the wrong one. I'm not the right one to play with. Like, oh, I'll play with Eagle. No, I'm the wrong one to play with. You're going to just get mad and you're going to get sad and start crying. No, how come we can't be original? Because you're just not. It's not in your genetics. That's why they try to mix everybody's genetics up so people don't know who they are. But this is one thing that doesn't work with genetics and with tampering and with splicing cells and with trying to grab T cells and with trying to grab all these speciality cells and stuff like that. You know what kills it is that it's just like a computer. A computer without software is just a light. That's all it's going to do is turn on and turn off. You have to have software. Software is not genetic or is not genetically modified. Whereas, see, these fighters, they're trying to genetically modify these fighters. But that part, the programming, is not genetically modified. And that's what they're having the most problems with. So that's why they put you in front of all these electronic devices to try to genetically modify you, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Because your wiring, they can't change the wiring. Your wiring is different. I'm not trying to talk in code. I hope I'm not talking over you. I hope I'm talking directly to you to where you can understand it. Yeah. But all this diva shit, all this cherry pick, stop it. If you're such great fighters, don't cherry pick. Get everybody knocked the F out that you need to get knocked out so we can say, oh, yeah, he's the truth, man. That's the one. Make us say that you're the one by doing all the shit you're supposed to do. D-Lo 404 boxing right back again. He said, facts, eagle face. He said, Canelo is a sucker for a consistent, steady jab and athleticism and angles. That's it. You don't even need a whole lot of angles with that bum. I'm telling you. All you need is a good jab and a good counter offense. You see what Floyd was able to do to him? Good jab and just good counters. That's all. He's scared. Because when you make him force the action, he'll fire off a couple of shots, but he gets panicky. You know, he'll fire off a lot of shots if he's not scared. But even when he was getting beat up by Khan, I mean, he waited for them shots. He fired them shots off, but had he missed them, he would have. If he never connected, he would have panicked. And that was Khan's dumbass. Khan timed his own self, but if Khan never timed himself, we might not have this same discussion. Khan might have whooped his ass, but Khan helped time his own self. And see, Khan's problem was impatientness. Oh, he should have been like, "Oh, I'm winning." It'd make you run into shit. He should have just went on the defensive and made Canelo just start running into shit. But D-Lo 404 again, he said, okay, I'm gonna just listen for a minute. No, you do what you got to do, brother. Do what you got to do. If you want to write something up there, man, y'all write. I'm in and out right now. I'm in the chat with y'all, man. I'm reading what y'all writing on this Friday. This Friday rap, man. That's what we doing. We gonna rap about it. Like I said, sometimes we get heavy in Eagles way of boxing, man. And a lot of people can't take that weight. Like, oh, shit, oh, my back. My neck and my back. Well, yeah, we're going to get your neck and your back. Ask Sir Flame about that neck. We'll get that neck. Derek Bailey up in there. Derek Bailey said, like that video when Canelo was sparring one of Benavidez' sparring partners, it was getting pieced up. Yeah. He's not hard to piece up. You know, he wanted to try to get his shot off. Like, he got that one little over. He even showing people, this is my weapon. That's how dumb he is. He's not a smart fighter. You're not smart when you telling everybody what your best weapon is. You see him? You see him when he's doing this, like his little overhand. He's showing everybody. He's like, oh, this is what you got to do to them. They suckers. He's trying to let everybody know. Oh, everybody's the suckers except for us. Oh yeah, we Mexicans, we can get this shot off on them. And all he's doing is letting everybody know, hey, oh, that's all I got to do is just wait for him and this counter his dumb ass. Can't get it off when you off balance because somebody got a jab in your mouth. Yeah. Derek Bay say, facts, Eagle. Yeah. And Derek Bay again said Sanchez was nice. Yeah, that's the only one. He never got exposed, man. Sanchez was beating up everybody. He didn't care who he beat up. He beat up a couple of my boys. He beat up a couple of my boys. Because I like Rosas and stuff and over there. I like the Puerto Rican fighter. And of course, I like my boy too, Danny. But like I said, hey, sometimes you get beat up, man. Your family get beat up in front of you. Like, man, my family getting beat up. Hey. It takes a certain style. Style makes the fights, you know what I mean? It just, the styles was too easy. No matter, see, it didn't even matter because Danny was a heavy puncher. But it didn't matter. Because Sanchez had a beard. He could take some shots, but at the same time, he could slip stuff and counter. He was just great countering. That's right. D-Lo 404 said the truth is the truth. A lie is a lie. The truth ain't never lied on nobody. That's what it is. D-Lo got the fire up there too with the 100. You got that right, D-Lo. Listen to Sir. Sir say facts at D-Lo 404. That's it. So if we putting out facts and we putting out the information, then that's what we putting out. It don't matter what you thinking and who your people are. We don't care about your people. We don't care about our people when it comes to certain shit. We care about it if it's family. But if somebody's going, we want Wilder to go and do what he got to do. Because for me, it's good, even if I don't think Wilder is actually a good person like that. But for me, it's good versus the evil one. Tyson Fury you evil. You do evil shit. If you've been on drugs, that's evil. Drugs that's not of man's nature is to do drugs anyway. That's not man's nature. Right? See, I can get in heavy in this and just make you go, oh shit, Eagle. I can get in heavy with it because see, man never needed to supplement himself other than what was put here on earth for him. He never needed to supplement himself. Mankind needs to to supplement himself to try to be more like the kings and queens. You got to supplement yourself because you're not a king and queen. So that's what the supplements was for. It wasn't made for you. But when you start doing the supplements, you get even further ahead of the game. You see? I'll leave it like that because I don't want to get too raw with it. Because I get too raw with it. And I might have even people that's not saying that might come in and start crying. I don't want you crying. yeah. Facts, D-Lo. Yeah, but D-Lo 404, he back at it. He said you can bet the farm on me. He said I'm pretty resourceful. He said I'll find a way to get my hand raised, and I don't mean to get my post checked either. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, they like, hey, they doing it. They do that in wrestling, right? When somebody get the submission on them, huh? They start raising their hand up, D-Lo, and dropping it, and then when they about to count them out, they start shaking that arm. D-Lo said, no, it's not about the post check. He said, I'm going to get it done somehow. I might be beat up, but I'm getting it done, yeah. Yeah, D-Lo, he said, yeah. He said, good on, yeah, that's the NFL. I don't even know why, I don't even know why I signed up for that. I must have signed up for it for free, a couple of free football games or something like that. D-Lo 404, yeah, he said, good on Khan. He said, he said, Khan, yeah, oh, Khan, yeah. Sir Flame, he said, out experienced pilot. He said, I don't know what ethnic. I don't know what ethnic, but you know what? I don't care which one. Whoever can fly that shit, that's who I want to fly it. You just got out of school and you flying. No, your ass is co-piloting. And matter of fact, if I know you co-piloting, then I might have to go up into the cockpit to make sure that you taking notes. That you writing down everything that the pilot's saying. Get your hand, and matter of fact, I don't even want to see you too close to the stick. Yeah, little stick, you know what they call it, the stick, right? It's not steering wheels that they call it a stick, and yeah. I don't even want to see. I only want to see you too close to that. Get your ass off of that. Sir Flame, tell him what he's supposed to do. If you're a co-pilot and you supposed to be flying the plane, we going too far. The pilot's flying the plane. What's your job? You're a co-pilot. What's your job? Is your job to even touch the stick? Walk away from the stick. That's like if you're going for your driver's lessons. And some of those cars, they got two wheels, but you keep your hands off the wheel. Don't be touching the wheel. Who told you to touch the wheel? Get your hands off the wheel. You don't touch the wheels, no mechanisms. No mechanisms. You adjust your seatbelt and sit your ass down. That's it. Derek Bay said, I can't remember the black dude named Canelo was looking bad. So how many of them? How many of them? Canelo always looking bad. If y'all realize the beginning of a fight with Canelo's in, he don't look good. It's just that fighters, they get too excited about what they're doing, and they just make that one mistake. They slip up. And if he catch you with that overhand, it will hurt you. It will hurt you if he catch you. Well, most of the time. I don't know. He might catch somebody and they be like, they might bite it. Like, what is that? Huh? Now I know I'm whooping your ass. They might hit him with that. You know? Yeah, Sanchez was not no mauling, brawling type of fighter. Like they say, oh, that's Mexican style. Just get in there. Chavez used to do that because he was fighting bums. We just didn't know it. Chavez was mostly beating up on bums. Anytime he fought somebody slick, only reason Meldrick Taylor lost is because the ref stopped the fight. Even though he got knocked down, he was like looking like, what the hell? He won. He just didn't have that, he didn't have that granite up in here. He didn't have the granite. He had like a little bit of he had brittle paralysis. He was suffering from brittle paralysis. D-Lo 404, I'm calling it with y'all now after this one, I guess. Yeah, he said right. He said, just like them truck drivers, school scholarships, he said, be on the highway tearing hell up. He said, there is no substitute for the seat time. That's it. Especially when it comes to them. And see, a lot of people don't understand that And there's levels even too, D-Lo, when you talk about even the rigs. I know about it from experience. And plus, I have family who used to make them damn trucks. But like a logger is probably one of the most experienced. You got to have the most experience as a truck driver to be a log truck driver, especially when you got you drawing three. You got three buckets behind you. You know, you especially when you got a long, you know, that's not what's longer than a long bed. Especially when you got three of those behind you. In some places they don't even allow you to pull that many logs. You know, you got three clamps behind you. You got to be able to drive on twisting roads and shit like that. If you knew and you just learned, you gonna have to co-pilot for a while. And you've been killed 100 people out there on the road or more, messing around. But that's what it is. But that has we're not looking at that as, you know, I worked as a power buck, and so I was in charge. I had to cut off all the the driving. You know, that was my job. My job was to make them stop, to tell them when to stop. Now somebody that was new didn't know what the hell they was doing. They couldn't tell them when to stop. Said we're not solid enough, because if you're not solid enough into the earth, now certain places like if you're in the water, you can get solid in the earth, and you know you're solid. It's only gonna get more solid because all the fill in with the water is wet and all that. It's gonna get even more solid. But you have to have a point. Somebody has to be able to tell them to cut off. Now, what happens if you're going to make a bridge or something like that, and you driving piles in there? What happens if you don't drive a pile far enough in and you put something on top of it? It's just going to end up going down. It's going to sink. And that's why you got to actually count how many times that a giant hammer, a steel hammer, will hit. Because I used to work with probably the biggest one is probably 30,000 pounds? I don't know if it's 30,000 pounds or 50,000 pounds. The hammer, that's how big the hammer was. Not these little ones you see. That's how big the hammer was, right? And then you call the cutoff. And if you had to start the next day, I just listen to it and look at it like, okay, we're not going nowhere. So if you got 50,000 pounds hammering on something and it's not moving, that means you're good. That means you're low enough. That means there's no need to keep, pounding it in. It ain't going nowhere. That means it's stuck in there. There's nothing gonna push it down. If you build a bridge, there's no traffic's gonna push it down deeper, nothing like that. Or it's just it's stuck. It's solid. It's only gonna get more solid over time. It's not gonna get looser. But somebody new wouldn't know that shit. They go, oh no, that's good. Cut over. It hit a couple of times, man. We're solid. We're good. And that's how somebody inexperienced would do that. Yeah. Yeah. Derek Brady came right back with the BCD. He said, "Yeah, that brittle chin disease ain't no joke. Yeah, that you suffering. Yeah. Taylor was suffering up in here. Hey, I didn't want to call the man out like that. But Derek, see, that's the whole thing about coming to Eagles Way of Boxing. Eagles Way of Boxing is raw sometimes, man. Y'all come in here, y'all not used to this little group I got in here. Y'all not used to them. Y'all not used to D-Lo, and you're not used to Surf Flame. You're not used to to D to the Bailey. You're not used to that. They'll throw it out there on you. Hey, if your family is sensitive, don't come up in here. Because we're going to call you what it was, that your chin, that you was chin checkable. That's what it was. You was chin checkable. Because you had you had that looseness. You had that crackability up in here. Yeah. But y'all stop going to forums. Stop bothering my brother. Stop bothering my brother D-Lo. Cause he's going to be like me, that we have to see as a host and as a content creator, somebody like D-Lo that puts stuff out. He's not going to get into a whole lot of arguments with you. Because that's the whole thing about having open comments. But it's different for me. I'm not his content creator. He is. So if you say something stupid and I catch you, yeah, I'm a roast you. Now, if you came in here and said something, I just got to more or less let it go. I can might say, well, I disagree with that or something like. I'm not gonna go all in. And yes, I do another show, then I might go all in. I'm like, man, this guy come in here, because I might have to have a discussion with you. Ask you, are you trolling or what? What are you doing? Because it's like I think you might be trolling me, brother. You might be trolling me because that's not the fact. You go to a fight, man. All the fans is doing what they supposed to do up in there. And matter of fact, the fans that go to the fights, this guy might not even went to fights. The fans that go to the fight, we all in there talking. Everybody talking to each other. It's not even no separatism. That's a small minority of people. It might be big, but it's still at the same time it's small, man. Because they all talk to. If you talk to them, like at a live gate, even if they going for their fellow man, they gonna be like, yeah, I'm going for with my boy. They'll tell you, but I don't know if he's gonna win. I think he might be. He might be getting outclassed. In person, that's what they'll tell you. Online, they'll say anything. They'll be like, "Viva la raza," or something in person. But in a live gate, they gonna talk to you the right way. They not, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to turn shit to where it's always been a race thing. But why does it have to always be a race thing? And I will tell you, Mexican people clean your act up because it seems like you guys are more on that shit than anybody. Because you're against other people. And then you clean it up at the end like Oscar said, I'm not going to be fighting no more. I ain't going to fight no more Puerto Ricans. Y'all make it a separate type of thing. I'm not going to fight Mexicans. And stop doing shit like that. If you're in boxing, then you got to fight them. If you're in other sports, you can't say, "Oh, I ain't gonna fight. We ain't gonna play basketball against the Mexican teams." You're not. Then if you're in Mexico, then y'all ain't gonna play. Right? How'd that sound? We're not gonna go against Mexicans. Okay, we're not. If you playing soccer, oh, we're not gonna go against Mexicans. Okay, well you ain't gonna play. You're gonna have to play outside your country. Every game you're gonna have to play outside your country. And then, so if there is a Mexican player that's playing on another team and he's about to kick the ball in, you're not going to block it? Stop it. I make your argument sound ridiculous, just by talking about it as a grown folks. If we talk about it like grown people, then it makes it all sound stupid. All your shit sounds really, really, really dumb. Okay, let's get into our redemption value. I know I probably missed some stuff, but D-Lo will bring something else up, or Sir Flame, or one of us. But the fight is tonight, just so y'all know that we still have this fight tonight too, though. We got the Valdez tonight, so if you're going to weigh in on it, then weigh in on it. I think that missing weight is just, the reason I think this is what I feel about the missing weight. I feel like the missing weight is due because of stress. Because Valdez knows that he's full of shit. And I hope Concio Cal get his ass. You get his ass, Concio Cal. Get his ass for cheating. But with Nakatani's fighting too, though. So I don't know. Y'all going with Acosta? I don't know. I don't know. I tend to stick to this side of the world. So I'm going to have to go with Flores Jr. I'm going to have to go with probably Acosta. They probably get, they might get beat up, but hey, what can I say? We just got to stick with where we're at. And we do it just because this is us. We're not doing. See, the difference between a Mexican doing it and somebody in the United States doing it is, see, the Mexican is doing it because of race. The person here, we're doing it because of a countryman. Of course we want our country to win. And that's in any sport. In anything, we want ourselves to win. But they do it because of, they always talk about it. They talk about raza. They talk about the raza. That's race. So you're doing it for race. We're doing it because, hey, that's our countrymen, and we're just kind of conditioned into doing that. But eventually, if you make us leave these forums, make us leave all these sports, once they start going for each other, I mean, we can handle doing stuff on our own. And I still stick with my idea, D to the Bailey, is that the things that we have to do is we just have to network across the country within ourselves. We just got to just start doing stuff for ourselves. We can't, because we see if you try to build up something, they're going to come destroy it. You said that's what you do. Once you know what people do, then that's what they've always done. Then you start seeing history right in front of you. Oh, so that's what happened in the past, because you're the same person. And see, that's what people don't like that about me, is because when I explain that the makeup, the software, is never changed, and that's what they always talk about, software updates. Even for your phone, is always an update, right? But their software has never changed. It's the same old software that's been for thousands of years. The same software. Yeah. You see, oh yeah, D to the base said Flores should win. He need more pop though. Yeah, a lot of times you got to have, you got to get them hands, got to get that snap on it. Huh? What? Yeah, but I don't know. Some people just don't. If it's not in your camp, man, a lot of times it's inside of you. Some people just got, they just have heavy hands because of just, even their arm punches are just heavy. Like George Foreman just always had just heavy ass punches. He just had punches that hit you and just make your whole system shut down. But name another fighter that even as an amateur, name a fighter even as an amateur had that kind of power. Had the kind of power that just was freezing people, and just, because you remember George Foreman was fighting pros. Because all the amateurs are pros, the ones that come from Europe. Just think about it. Have you ever seen somebody that beat the Eastern Bloc like that and was hurting those fighters the way George was? George was making people bleed every fight. George was busting something up on somebody. Like every fight. Damn. Every fight? He was going to hurt you no matter what. Every fight. Not even Tyson did that. But every fight, George was hurting people. That's a heavy-ass puncher. And as an amateur, don't even know shit yet? Damn. Coming out your eye all big and swollen and stuff. Why did you even go for 3 rounds? You know you wasn't winning. The ref constantly stopping it. And amateur, they stop it quick, too, though. An amateur, when they see you take too many heavy shots, they don't even wait for you to stagger. They just stop. They tell you to stop, and they just start counting. You imagine you just getting counted. If you got counted 3 times fighting George, you might as well just sit your ass down. I'm not even going to fight no more. Just sit your ass down. Yeah, just sit down. You ain't winning that. The ref going over to your corner, he's good to go? Yeah, he ain't good to go. And you sending him back out there. As soon as he get back out there, soon as he take one punch, he getting this. So soon as he take one punch, and then eventually the ref just say forget it. So the ref will call it. The ref will nah, you ain't gonna do no better than what you're doing. Yep, you ain't gonna do no better than what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. No. Yeah, but hopefully we can get Flores. He gonna win. D'Lo 404 or Derek Blazin. He said facts. He said I was listening to someone talk, and they were saying the same thing. We know their pathology. That's it. And see, I bring it out, man. This is grown folks chat, man. So you get mad, just get mad. But I'm saying is that if that makes sense to you, that you can't change the software, you can actually change the software, but there's another higher level to software that you could be saved from. See, that what they don't understand is when you ask for the understanding, that's part of your software upgrade right there. So no matter where even if your software is damaged, you can ask for the other portion of your software. That's what I meant to say. So the most humblest person can be like, oh, I'm all beat down, but I need that software that I need. And you can call for it and get it. But they can't call for it and get it. They can't. You can, but they can't. And that's what they never took that in consideration. Or maybe they actually know that, because I don't know the real demons that's in charge of them. So I don't know. So they may already know that we can't do nothing. Well, do what you can. They're being told to do what you can. Do what you can to destroy. You're not going to be able to do anything. But if somebody has a mental breakdown, and if somebody has a complex problem, what they call that. What's the term that they use? I wasn't going to say that, but the term that they use, and they use complex when your complex is all messed up. You know, it's some kind of complex disorder that they call it. You got a complex disorder. No, but when they put that on you and they make you have that, then that's a big difference. But we got to talk about the Holyfield though, because Holyfield, that's our redemption value. So Holyfield can get in there and at least show, and I'm hoping that he has the Holyfield skill set to show us what boxing is about, to make people happy. Holyfield is going to take a lot of fans with him. A lot of people love Holyfield. A lot of people that were even from New York, he has a lot of New York fans. He has even more now. After the infamous bite, he has a lot more. Yeah, one of my best friends was from Brooklyn, and we used to talk about it all the time. But he always pulled for persons that were, this was his downfall for pulling for people like that. But he always pulled for the most, they is humble and stuff like that. He said, oh yeah, he's a good fighter. He got humble and stuff like that. No, but sometimes you got to talk like a killer. You just don't do dumb shit. It's different talking like a killer, and with confidence, or talking with confidence, than to being so humble and then get your ass knocked the F out for being humble. Because one of his favorite fighters was like Uriah Grant, but we know he didn't last too long. See, but sometimes you gotta talk like a killer. Like Michael Moore talked like a killer. I like Michael Moore because Michael Moore talked like I just wanted to, break his ribs in and crush his nose. I wanted to just, break his, I wanted to hurt him bad. Like I wanted to just crack stuff on him. And when fighters talking like that, that's the whole fighter mentality. You have to think like that when you're in there. Like, yeah, I want to hurt him up real bad. I want him to cry like a girl, when I'm hitting him. Damn, people like that. That's brutal. Yeah, they're not probably gonna do it. I mean, sometimes they do, but they're more than likely they're not gonna do all that kind of damage. Like like cracking the jaw and breaking the nose, and they're not gonna usually break everything like that. But that if they're talking like that, that's just what it is. Now, and we're talking about this, and yeah, we're still on Holyfield, but so we're talking about this, and Derek Brady brought up the Sanchez is not that's not Mexican style. So what the F is Mexican style then? Can somebody give me can somebody just write me down some paragraphs or something? Not necessarily in here, but can I get a definitive Mexican style fighter? Or what does he do? Is he just busting people up and all that? Is what? Because you make it seem like Mexican style is where they every time they go into somebody getting their nose broken or jaw broken. So in other words, Tank ain't Mexican, but I guess Tank Davis is the real Mexican destroyer, right? Tank Davis is the only one that's really fighting Mexican style. You Mexicans ain't. And I'm not even getting on nobody, but I'm just saying, y'all ain't fighting Mexican style. Tank Davis is. Until you give me an explanation what it is, then I'm going to look at it that Tank Davis is the only Mexican style fighter we have right now at them lower weights. He's fighting Mexican style. Because he's knocking y'all's ass out. And y'all can't even fight Mexican style. Don't start no fights that you can't win. And you're not going to win against me, so you might as well just go and cash that one in. Like, I'm going to lose. Hell yeah, you taking the L. Tell them detail the baby. We take W's up in here. That's all we do. We take W's up in here. Because we grown folks talk. We don't talk other shit. We come in here and we play, but for the most part, we're going to do grown folks chat. You can come in and play with us a little bit. Now, the guys in here and the girls, the kings and queens in here, will mess around with you for a second. But then once they find out what you're about, then you might be on your way out. They'll laugh with you a little bit, but if you come in distracting, it's different. That's why it's better that a lot of them y'all just look in. That's it. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we got another one right there. Look at Derek Bay say hurting them bad. Yep, they're hurting them real bad, baby. D'Lo 404 said I picked Flores and Nakatani to win their fights. You going with Nakatani, man? Come on, you gotta stick up. You gotta stay at least close to USA. But yeah, Nakatani probably win. Yeah, yeah. Derek Beatty said me too at D'Lo 404. Derek Beatty said what weight was De La Hoya supposed to be coming in at? Belfort weighed in at 206. No, De La Hoya I think he wasn't gonna fight, but like light heavyweight or something. Yeah. Holyfield came in a little bit heavier. A lot of people is thinking that Belfort is that he might be then juiced himself up even to get to 206. They said you could see it. I don't know, but if you're Evander Holyfield, if there's no mandatory test and no test, shame on you. You're too old for that shit. You're too experienced for that shit. Don't allow no cheaters. Just go in there and just beat him up. Just do us proud, man. Put boxing back on the map the right way. Because, like I said, at first I wanted to jump on these Pauls, but you can't jump on the Pauls. They getting their money. They bring a little bit of exposure to boxing, but they getting their money and they bringing their fans with them, and the boxers don't want to do what they supposed to do. You know, you got Cinebox, ain't no telling what he's gonna do. Just somebody give me a number. Just any now. I need somebody to just give me a number. So give me a number of how many times I'm not even gonna say like years. In the last 4 months, 4 or 5 months, just put me a number down. How many times has Cinebox changed up what he's about to do? In other words, he changed up who he's fighting or what way or what he's gonna do. Just his decisions. How many different decisions has Cinebox made within, and I'm saying the last 5 or 6, no more than 6 months. We ain't got to go back more than 6 months. Somebody put that down. How many times has he changed up his mind of what he's gonna do? Yeah, but you're right though, Derek. But he said Moore was killer. Yeah, but he said De La Hoya supposed to be coming in at he said Belfort weighed in at 206. Yeah, so Belfort was always gonna be heavier than De La Hoya. De La Hoya can't keep that much weight on him. The most he can probably come in is like 180. Yeah, but yeah, he said Moore was killer. Derek Bailey back again. Blood and guts taken and dishing out more punishment. Yep. Yeah, for the tape. Yep. Okay, but D-Lo's back on his Nakatani. He said, I picked Nakatani because I'm trying to get me another good finish in the boxing league. Yeah, oh, okay. Derek Bailey said, yeah, Holyfield 225. Yeah, what's he going to come in like maybe 228, something like that. That's kind of heavy for him. But he older, so Derek Bailey, a lot of these Brazilians are on roids. Yeah. We're not going to keep getting on them. But I'm not the one to accuse him. You got people in MMA. What, that last guy that he beat in MMA or something like that was saying, I forget what is it, what's his name? Something. His name starts with a B too. The guy that doesn't like him. There's another guy that doesn't like Belfort. He said, yeah, he's on that shit. Must respect to Holyfield for staying in shape and getting in there. Yeah, and Holyfield always been in shape. If you ever looked at Holyfield, when you looked at Holyfield, like, damn, Holyfield still look like he can go out there and box. He might have been out there sparring, but Holyfield always been that type of person. And if Holyfield goes out there and does something spectacular, then a lot of you people that's out there that thought Holyfield was an alien, then maybe he is. Holyfield just might be an alien or something. When I say alien, I mean from outer space. He just might be something different. I think he really. I was at that had that impression too, that Holyfield was out of his damn mind always. But don't go in there trying to taste power and shit. Like, I know he likes to bite into your punches to see what you got. But that's he once he tastes the power, he'll go, oh, you ain't got shit. Holyfield might just. He had them flashbacks, and we know Holyfield though common. Once Holyfield let them hands go, he'll hit your ass with a 20 piece. That'd be perfect, man. If I see Holyfield throw a 1,000 piece at somebody, a 20 piece, oh man, I'm gonna be dying. Yep. But I feel the same way that D'Lo does. Much respect to Holyfield. Salute to Holyfield out there. Derek Beatty said facts to D'Lo 404. D'Lo 404 said 5, and then Derek Beatty came back with I don't know, like 1 million. Yeah, he always come up with some bullshit. He's one fighter I can't. Just think about how much of a fan could you be of a fighter that you can't trust? Or can you just base everything off of nothing but skill set or so-called skill set? Don't you have to base something off of? You look at the sport. It's a pugilistic sport. So don't you have to look at the combativeness of the fighter also? Do you have to look at his engagement, what kind of engagement he wants to have? Or is just, he's winning and the skill? Or do you look at it like that? I could never look at Mayweather like that. I don't know what went on, why he didn't get all the fights that we needed to see him fight. I know Pacquiao. You scared of needles, but you wasn't scared of whatever you was taking to blow yourself up. You wasn't scared of that. And I don't forget, you know what I mean? We could put all these fighters down in greatness, but I got to put an asterisk by a lot of them. I'm sorry, I got to put an asterisk there. Your head is probably 2 inches bigger than it's ever been in your life still. And you great, yeah, you good and all that, little short arms and come in, yeah, whatever, man. I don't know. I'm just not, it's harder to impress me, y'all. I'm sorry. Kid D'Lo said, not fighting any Mexicans, but glad to fight to JCC. He Junior, look at him. He talking about Skeletor mode. Yeah. It's a damn shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. Hey, I see Lotta D up in here. She said something there. She said she can't type. But anyway, well, as long as you got my crowns up. Yeah, as long as you hit us up a little bit. Yeah, Lotta D in here. Much respect to her. Y'all shout her out. Y'all say hello. Say hello to the queen. All the queens and kings up in here. All the original people. The people that get much slack and much backstabbing that makes them feel like they're not there. But once you know who you are, you just look at people like and just shake your head. You just look at them like, please, you know who I am. You start shaking your head up and down. They'll get it. Yeah, you know who I am. You might have said low. You know who I am. What do you mean? You know who I am. Look at me and look at you. You only got to insult them. Look at me and look at you. You know who I am. You know the earth and the animals, the birds, they know who I am. The animals know who I am. So you're not dumb. You know who I am. And that's what we don't get. Is see, even the earthly creatures of this earth know who you are, but you don't. You ever think about that? But people around the world know who you are. I'll tell you, you go anywhere in the world, they know who you really are. But see, they don't know that you accept who you are, but they assume that you accept who you are. So when they first meet you, then you're king to them. But as soon as you start acting like you're all confused and don't know, then you're gonna get the treatment. But if you tell them, if you go somewhere else, you say, you know who I am. I'm visiting, but you know who I am. They change their whole attitude. And if people get jealous, hey, sorry, that's what you get. But Derek, when he put the million up there, I'm still going back to that. That's funny though. Yeah. D to the baby said, De La Hoya can't stay sober. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. That's what I heard. D-Lo 404 put 2. He said undisputed at 160. Refused Andrade. Yep. Was going to fight Triple G forever before he fought him. Yeah. Always. Get your ass out there and fight. But this is the point I was making. So the point I was making, the point that I make, say it again and again and again. The point that I'm making is, do boxers have to show us more than a skill set in order for us to really, embrace the fandom and embrace them like, oh yeah, you the champ. Now, cut, dry, and explicit until the point. far as being popular with more than just boxing fans, and far as bringing more to the table to more than just boxing fans, can you equate any 22-year-old boxer with Muhammad Ali at 22? Can you equate them? Can you supplement? Can you separate? Or actually substitute? Can you substitute? I'm using too many S's, right? Can you substitute any fighter at 22 years old with Muhammad Ali at 22 years old? Far as popularity, far as wisdom, far as boxing skill set. Is there any fighter that you could take and replace Muhammad Ali with? Far as being like on a level of understanding his environment. Because he talked about his environment just like I'm doing. That's all I'm doing is talking about my environment. Muhammad Ali did it at a young age. I'm a lot older than he was. I'm not in my 20s. And I'm talking about it. But that's what I need to hear from y'all. Is there somebody who, at 22 years old today, right now, because they always want to do this comparison, is somebody that would actually be able to replace, that you could just put their name in there and say, oh yeah, he's just like Ali. Yep. He stood up for what's right and this and that and articulate and everything. Can you do it? Ali could do a little bit of everything. Ali could run. Ali even knew a little bit of magic. Ali did a lot of stuff. A lot of people don't even know. That Ali, even did like a little bit of magic and all kinds. Ali did all kinds of poetry, magic, painting, drawing. Politically correct for the time. Stood up for the people. All we got now is bank watchers. Oh, you look at you throwing hundreds in the air. That's all. Wow. So that's it. Look at this watch. What does it do for you? You can't see it in your sleep, can you? Can't eat it. It's bling bling. Do I look good? Make me look. It don't make you look no different. The only thing, it just looks like you wearing a watch. That's all. It's blinged out. I got blinged out watches. I got blinged out rings and stuff. Am I wearing? Do I have to wear them? No, man. Check out this ring. I got a ring right now with. I'm trying to sell it. I got many diamonds on it. Yep. But anyway, Lala D, she's at you, Derek. She hit you with the heart. She hit with the heartbeat. She hit Derek D-Lo 404. She hit him with the heartbeat. Derek Bay said, peace to the queen. At Lala D. D-Lo 404 Boxer said, at Lala D. He said the queen 100 with the hearts. Right. Lala D said, oh, Derek Bailey. Okay. All right. She talking to Derek Bailey. They always got their little secret stuff going on all the time. Okay, Derek, Lala D, and Derek Bailey. Okay, so Lala D, she'll be back. But anyway, yeah, so let you guys have your conversations. Like I said, I only get into it when y'all talking about boxing. But I don't really see nothing on boxing in there, so let y'all just go back and forth. I can hear crickets in here because I asked y'all the question, man. Nobody's going to answer the question. Is there a true Ali replacement even when Ali was at 22 years old? Is there a replacement for Ali today? Because remember, that's what started making boxing great again. Make the U.S. great again. So make boxing great again, then you need a real Ali in there. You need somebody that's going to stand up to make people listen because it is a sport, but at the same time, especially if you're a heavyweight, it's the most prestigious thing to hold, title to hold in sports, is the champ. All other sports bow down to you when you're the champ of the world. They go, yeah, that's a champ right there. They bow down to you. And so I'm just trying to find out, because we're going to have, see, the thing is, D to the baby, is that what we end up having is we end up having these discussions about how you can't compare the what they call the so-called past, which for me is just a day light and day falls. That's all it is. But you can't count or you can't equate today these fighters because it's a so-called different era. Just because you do stuff different today, don't mean that they couldn't have did it different back then. A lot of times, boxers and athletes back in the day didn't do as much as they could do because they would get looked at. And a lot of times, what people don't understand, the narrative back then was that you was a show off. A show off. You don't get that today. You don't get like, even if you're showing off, you don't get labeled a show off. In sports, you couldn't do it. And remember, we had discussed this before. Because remember, we discussed, because I was talking about the Alabama versus USC. USC beat Alabama by maybe 2-3 touchdowns or something like that. But they could have beat them by 9 touchdowns or more. They probably could have ran the score up to like hundreds. But somebody might have got hurt or killed if they did that. When you got a guy, I think the guy was Cunningham, I think he rushed for not even a whole quarter. He was already over 100 yards. That would have been a record that there's nobody who would have ever broke that record if he would have rushed for like 500 yards in one game, because he was only going to get stronger and the other team was going to just get weaker. But they call it show off. So don't think that and we covered this whole genetic thing, man. Like I said, you're not. When man says that man is getting bigger, that's because man is doing something to make man get bigger. And humans are the most deformed creatures on this earth, if you think about it. And why are humans the most, you're the most intelligent, supposedly, but you're the most deformed beings on the whole earth? How did you become the most deformed? All kinds of height discrepancies, weight discrepancies, configuration discrepancies. You know, you don't go out in the wild, you don't see, like, for instance, and I'm not trying to jump on anybody because stuff is in my family, so I'm not jumping on anybody. I can't pick anybody out. But you don't see, like, horses and elephants and stuff like that with stuff like Down syndromes and shit like that. Your mitochondria and stuff like that. You don't see that. Why? You're messing with stuff that you shouldn't mess with. Nobody's gonna like put their finger on it and explain it or say it. They're not gonna have the balls to say it like me. They just won't say it. I'll say it because this is my observation. That's my opinion. It's my observation. Do I need scientific proof too? Well, you got to have some kind of scientific proof. You don't know how many stillborn whales there are, or stillborn elephants. You don't know how many it is. You don't know how many retarded deer they have out in the woods. They don't know how to run from the enemies and stuff. But the enemies kill them. That's one thing. Now you can say that. Survival of the fittest. But we take care of the ones that we destroy before they even get here. So I can make the topic I can turn this topic into something that will turn heads and turn stomachs. We try not to do that in Eagles Wear Boxing, but we can do that. That's right. Because it has to be discussed. Maybe not here. Maybe it's the wrong forum, but it has to be discussed somewhere. But we're almost finished. Holyfield, the perfect thing for me for Holyfield would be for Holyfield to go out there and just put on a clinic, like a nice boxing clinic, get his combinations off, and make the crowd go crazy. Man, that's what I want to see. That's the way I envisioned it in my head. That's the way I want to see it. I don't want to see somewhere he's pathetic and just gets beat up or something, you know. But at 58, it just shows you that even a 58-year-old popular guy he's just a beast. That's it. This goes to show you, stop messing with older people, because the generation coming up, you guys ain't ready you guys ain't ready to take over. But you have to take over, and you're going to take over with not even being ready. You're going to take over. To say you're not ready. You're like that co-pilot. You ain't ready to fly, but you're going to have to fly anyway. That's a damn shame that we got to rely on you to fly. But all the way back down here, Derek Bailey finally responds. He says, no. There's no covering for a 22-year Ali. There's no replacement. Not even at 22. Not even before he was the greatest. You don't have a 22-year-old. Do you have a 28-year-old that could replace Muhammad Ali at 22? Yeah. Derek Bailey said, yeah, you had to be humble. Yeah, you mess around and get your whole team mobbed. You get everybody on your freaking team lynched because y'all did too much. Yeah, sometimes in sports we used to do too much, but it was safer when we did it. And you damn sure couldn't travel to and I'm sorry, you couldn't travel to like an all-white school or something like that and then just kill them. They'd be like, no, you can't just come through here like this. We don't roll like that. You just can't do it. The thing about it is you have to let them know that you can kill them. See, it's different. When you let them know, hey, we can destroy you if we want to. We're going to let y'all hang in there. We're going to win. We're going to let y'all hang in there. If you let them just see that, then that's more impressive than... It's not as long as a conversation for them. Because if you destroy them, that's all they're going to talk about. God dang, these guys just came here and just demolished us. Killers. But if you just beat them and let them know that you could have demolished them, then they'll be like, those guys are good, man. And then that puts it in their mind like, oh, yeah, they could have beat us worse. They went a little easy on us. At least that makes you feel better. Hey, they went easy on you. At least you see that they're more humble. Yep. Derek Bailey said, yeah, they don't like you running up the score. But if your team can't play defense, if you can't play defense, hey, they can run that shit up on you. Now, they used to do it, every once in a while they do that in basketball. They've done that in the pros. I've seen most time college teams don't do that, but sometimes they do. Or they can get some more yards. But sometimes they do that. But most time they don't just run it up on you like that. That's like, I think it was an Oregon team that did that to somebody. I don't know if they ran it completely up, but they damn near had 100 points on them in football. Something like that. I'm like, wow. They scoring like every... They not even one series, like they scoring before they finish a whole series of downs. Damn, that's too much. That's too much if somebody beating you like that. Like, damn, we're not even using 4 downs on offense and we scoring. Yeah, Derek said there, push your bus over, yep. Flatten your shit. You're not gonna get back to the house, to the easy. You ain't gonna get back to the house doing that shit back then. But Derek tells the truth. Derek said they'll rock your bus, turn your bus over, throw gasoline on it or something. Come down here and disrespect us like this. Yeah, they look at it as being disrespect. But we need a fighter. I'm not sorry to say, but we need a fighter that's going to come in there. And he's going to do what we need him to do. He's going to be correct. This is my model fighter for me. So this is a model fighter for me. So a model fighter is a fighter that's going to come in humble. He's going to be humble, not going to talk a whole lot of smack, but he's going to let you know that I'm going to defeat this fighter. I don't know how. I don't know which round. I'm not going to predict what round. I don't know if I'm going to outbox him, even though he knows he's going to beat him up. He said, I'm going to just outbox him and whatever. If I got an opportunity to stop him, then it'll be stopped. You know. Well, what to say? But this fighter, it's a model fighter. He's He's conscious to what's going on around him. So he's always going to bring up something. If it's injustice, he's going to bring that up. He's always going to bring up his family, and he's always going to, really bring up, the levels of his consciousness, where he's at. He's always going to bring that up. He's always going to appreciate that in front of people. Let them know I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this. Nah, not because of your manager. I can't stand the guys, oh yeah, be shouting out there, promoter and all that shit. That's the least person that you need to shout out. You and your parents. I know everybody talk about moms and shit like that, but without your dad, you wouldn't have to worry about no moms. But everybody shout out moms all the time. Well, shout out your dad too. They don't want you shouting out your dad, but shout your dad out. Your dad is probably the one that got you into physical things. Your mom didn't get you into physical things. She birthed you. But all creatures that are mammals, they birth their young. And they teach them up to a certain extent. But you need both to teach you. Your dad got to teach you some skills too. Matter of fact, the dad is the main teacher. The dad teaches the mom, or the child, the girl. The mom shows her, this is how you make this and that, all that. But the dad, puts you in the position to where you know where you are as a female. It takes both of them. But a lot of these females don't know where they are. They think they're males. And that's why we're in the state that we're in now, because they think they're males. Oh, I say equal opportunity and all that. No. You're female. You're not going to be the same as me. You don't control, you control, our relationship to a point that we're going to have relations. But other than that, you don't control like a relationship. You're not going to control a marriage. A woman can't decide that, I'm going to get married. You can say you're going to get married, but a guy controls that. I ain't marrying you. Once a guy say he ain't marrying you, that's it. So that should let you know that if you're not in charge of even the joining to get married, then you're not as in charge of stuff like you might think you are. You might not get as far as you think you're gonna get. If you're a female, I'm sorry, you females think that you got it like that. You don't, because the male's gonna say, "Yeah, I'm gonna marry you, baby." If he don't say he's gonna marry you, you ain't getting married. That's it. That's it. Especially if you got baggage. If you're a female, if you're humble, be very, very humble. If you got any kind of baggage. When I say baggage, if you got children and stuff, just be humble. Be thankful that because a guy has an opportunity. Most guys, because of the dynamics of relationships now, a straight guy probably has the opportunity to up to 10 women. And some have up to opportunity to have more than 10 women. And women without kids. So if you have especially if you have a child, don't think that you're bringing more to the table. You are bringing more, because he's marrying into you and your children. He is. So just be thankful and humble. Because if you already if you don't have somebody for those kids, then you're probably going, so I don't know what happened, but something usually happens the way you're not with somebody. But just be thankful that a guy said, you know what, I'm going to take you, I'm going to take these babies, and we're going to work something out, and hopefully that works out. But like I said, man in charge of that. Man in charge. When you ain't in charge of that, ladies. Oh, this is the kind of man I want. You ain't in charge of what kind of man you get. Yeah, yes, he's a beta male. Alpha male, you ain't in charge of him. What kind of? Oh, yeah, I want a guy like that. Yeah, he don't want you. You got 2 kids, he don't want you. Whatever. I just throw out the real, man. Eagles wear boxing, and you want the real, not some deal. And that's what we get. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Derek Bay said when you try to leave. Yeah, I understand what you was talking about when you said they push your bus over when you try to leave. Yep. Yeah, back to the pathology on that subject. Yeah. Derek liked that subject there. Derek liked that. Derek liked the beef. He liked that. Yeah, I'm a king up in here. What? They already know. I I challenge you to have a conversation with somebody one day. I mean, this somebody that's gonna be mild mannered about it, that's outside of you. I challenge you to just have a conversation with them. And one point, just ask them to see what they're gonna say. I'll give you like I'm gonna give you a scenario of how it's probably gonna go. Like it's gonna go this way a little bit, but it's maybe not. Um, it may not go there. Like it might not stay there, but I'm gonna give you like a scenario. This is how it's gonna go. So at one point during a conversation, just ask them. You know, can I just ask you a question? Why do you think that the original people of this earth, the kings and queens of this earth, why do you think they get treated the way that they get treated? Just ask them. Somebody that has a little sense, not a dum dum, or not somebody that's gonna be a yeser man. Because you got some of those too. They'll be like, yeah, man, I know exactly what you're saying. Yep, you guys are this and that. Because you got some people that already know who you are. They there ain't gonna be no argument with them. But you're gonna get, what do you mean? Or what people are you talking about? You're gonna get that's gonna be that's gonna be part of what you might get. Or you might get the guilt look like, yeah, it's pretty sad, and I know where you're about to go with this. And you just keep it on this level, you know what I mean? Don't get them too excited, but just keep it on this level. Don't take it here. Don't go where ego go. Because I go there only when I have to. When I got to drop bombs, baby, I drop bombs. Or when I got to put out the talons, I put out the talons. But I'm just saying, just keep it like nice and, I just want to know what you think. That's all. Like, you just keep it on that level. And so then when you leave, you can be like, yeah, you better, that's what you better say. Yeah. Then you can get on the cockiness. When you leave, you can get on the cockiness. But when you're right there, just stay nice and humble and peaceful with the person. You know what I mean? Be a nice guy. That's my challenge for you. And let me know Just let me know how it went. Just at one point, please. Just do that for Eagle. I just want to see, because we're talking about this and we talk about it in here. But let's talk about it. And I have done it before. So I know how it goes. I've done it with people that were, like I said, I've done it with professors. I've done it with people. I've done it with certain people, and they just like, oh, I didn't even know. I just because the education don't let them know. A lot of times, what you will find is that the education that they have didn't even allow them to think like that, and they never really processed it. They never thought about it. Because you're letting us know certain stuff. You're letting us know where greatness came from, but then at the same time you said, well, that's not really great. It's almost like you were great, but what have you done for me lately? But when you say, what have you done for me lately, are you telling the truth? When you say, what have you done for me lately, are you saying that a lot of these inventions that brought you to where you are now, are you telling me that I had nothing to do with that? And believe it or not, you have a king in science right now. I think it's a waste of time, but he's actually trying to. He's gonna, because I don't really. I'll just put it out there. I'm not gonna give you my opinion on it, but he's getting to the point where he's going to be able to send a molecule or something like that. He's gonna be able to transport it, and this is one of the kings. He's gonna be able to transport it like a molecule from one place to another. In other words, transport it. He's going to be able to transport. He's working on something that's going to transport a molecule. Not just an atom, a molecule. See? So don't act like the kings and queens are not educated the way that they need to be educated. Their process is slow because they're such fast learners that there's no academic institution that can really keep up with them if they're on their righteous pace. Just to put it out there bluntly, because I can do it bluntly. This is my show. I can do it bluntly. A lot of people can't do it bluntly like me. You understand? I can do it. But D-Lo 404 says facts. He said, don't forget about us dads. Yeah, yeah, Derek Beatty said. He said, right. He said, your father was out there throwing that football with you. Yep. Yeah, they don't never say nothing about dad. Oh, thanks, Mom. Huh? Like, dad training you and doing everything else. Yep, but don't get mad at that because believe me, that's the programming. That's the programming. Yeah, D-Lo 404 said, yeah, I was a single dad with 4 sons, 3 still in the home with me. He said, when I met my wife about 5.5 years ago, said I appreciated her sacrifice for us. There you go. That's right. You got to appreciate it. But then again, you could have brought a wife into that situation. Anytime you have children, though, it's always hard to bring them in, but you could have brought a wife in. It would have been just the opposite. It would have been so much harder. It's so much harder when it's opposite, when the woman has all the children. It's to have a guy that's going to do what's right. Not just marry her and pretend to take care of the kids and nothing like that, but somebody that comes in and really, takes care of you. You can't look at him as being a half father or stepfather, whatever. You could just look at him, hey, that's a good father right there. He's going to do what we need to do. He's taking us, here to there like that. Hollyfield, we need to get your ass in there. Told him, man, don't make me go crazy. Oh, God. I'm gonna be doing all the blocking for him, y'all. Hey, D to the baby, I'm gonna be doing all the blocking and shit. No. Shh. Underneath that one, Hollyfield, come back. Combinated. Come on. Shoulder roll. Run. Go this way. Duck. Loop. This way. Chin in. Slap it down. Counter. I'm going to be like, Hollyfield going to have me tired up in there watching Hollyfield fight. Derek Beatty talk. He said to D-Lo, he said, yeah, she a keeper 100, baby. Yep. But that's the whole point is that, yeah, you're going to have struggles and stuff like that. But we talk on a level that's even deeper and heavier than that in here is, we try to bring to the forefront, not just the boxing aspect of it. And not just, of course, yeah, it's redemption time. And even tonight is redemption time, but I'm sorry, Valdez, I'm not going for you at all. I'm just not going for Valdez. I know, what's telling you to go for Valdez? It's more or less you have to go for Valdez, right? But do you really want to go for Valdez? Because now they're going to be blowing all this shit up, right? Everything's going to get all blown up out of proportion and shit. Oh, I see. They got... Did y'all even know that Eggington was fighting again? Remember, we should call him the cracked egg. Yeah, Egg is back in there again. Guess he ain't got enough of it. He haven't got beat up enough, so okay, he's back in there. But shout out to him. Chiquito, huh? So that's who he's fighting. So you guys we got Flores Jr. and Nakatani. And I know you guys are probably still picking Valdez. No, I got to pick him. I know you guys are probably picking Valdez, but I don't have Valdez. So I don't have him, even if, I don't care. I don't have to pick none of them. I'm going to go with y'all too. I'm going to stick with Flores and I'm going to go with Acosta. I don't care. He's native. I'm not eating no crow over none of them. I'm just saying. This as a host, I'm just going to do that just because, for me, I'm choosing who I would like to win. It's not, a lot of people choosing who they know, or he's going to win or I want. No, I'm choosing who I would like to win to represent us. And that's why I'm choosing them. I'm not choosing them because I necessarily feel that like they're going to win. But it is what it is. And that's what it is. It is what it is, and that's what it is. So hopefully, like I said, we get this redemption and stuff. And they need to clean up boxing, man. Um, like I said, I'm not. This is not. I didn't come on here to knock like something like the WBC, but I just want people to be aware that that whole dynamic. It just looks kind of strange. It's fishy. If you want to call it fishy, it stinks to me. And the fish stinks at the head. And if Suleiman, if you the head, if it stinks, it stinks. You have made that green belt, and a lot of stuff is green. That's not. I'm not talking about plant life, but when other stuff turns green, it really stinks. And we're not green with envy. We just green with just like clean your act up, man. Stop playing us right in front of us. And for you fans that feel like one group of fans is so much greater than others, no. If you want to do that, then the English fans. There's a lot of European fans that love their sports figures. We love our sports figures over here. So don't be having these dumbass debates about this and that, about, Mexicans is the greatest fans and stuff like that. Because I'll start slashing into you too, though. Because a lot of Mexicans that you feel that are Mexicans and fans, they don't travel over here either to the United States. And of course, how many sports do they have over in Mexico in the first place? How many professional sports are in Mexico? The country of Mexico, how many sports are they in? Did you know rodeo's a sport? Are they in rodeo? They may be, huh? What about professional basketball? Soccer, yes. Hockey, I'm not sure. What else? And so that's why you're probably making that statement. I had to do my closing remark on him, just to close this guy out. Yeah. But he never responded back to me. I just tell him, man, I can say a whole lot more. That's what I was even made in my statement. I said I can say a whole lot more, but don't, I'm not. That's my brother's forum. I ain't trying to, get, I'm not trying to get highlighted in on somebody else's page. Like if I go to anybody's page out here, if I go to Lala, I'll put a little bit of something down. That's it. This is a show of my, to show her the respect and show that I came through. I don't want to try to take over nobody's side, but when people come in and say something stupid, yeah, I got to put that check move on. I'm like, no, man, I'm gonna check you a little bit. I can't check you all the way because you're not an Eagles web. If you're in here, I can get you all the way. Look at Lala telling me I'm back. I'm back. Don't be leaving me, girl. Don't you leave me no more. No, 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 no. You've been leaving me too very much. Yeah. Holyfield, go in there and get that action done. Valdez, get popped again or something. The C sample and D sample. All the dirt. Center box, get your ass out there and do what you got to do, man. Fight these fighters we need to see you fight. But like Derek Beatty said, there's none. Even at 22 years old, Muhammad Ali was way far advanced compared to these fighters today. And that was 1964. 1964, think about it. Muhammad Ali was 22 years old in 1964. And so all the way we went, that's all the way a whole different century. And we ain't got nobody even at 22 years old to match up with him as far as being articulate, as far as keeping up on world events, on anything, as far as keeping up with his people and being respected, religious, and nothing else. None of y'all can touch him. You can't even touch him, but you don't want no comparison. Because you are no comparison. But you guys got to get out there and start doing what you're supposed to do. Got to get out there and fight. Like I said, Tank is the Mexican fighter. Unless somebody can explain to me what Mexican style is, then Tank is the ultimate Mexican style fighter. Unless somebody can explain to me what Mexican style fighting is. Like I said, I'll wait. I'll give you the opportunity. You got my email. You can email me, explain to me. You can send me a video or whatever, but explain to me who's fighting like a Mexican. Besides, Tank Davis is closely fighting like a Mexican compared to anybody else that I might know of. That's Tank Davis. Who else is fighting like a Mexican? Nobody. Oh, Lala wrote something to Asante. Said you can check anyone on my page. They can defend themselves if they don't like it. My friend, he said my friend Carla be checking people on my page left and right. She cried, yeah. And sometimes I disagree with her. Yeah. Well, okay, thank you. Yeah, I like y'all's permission. I don't like to just I don't like to just go on y'all's pages and just go off on people. You know what I mean? Because I'm going there to show you. I'm just showing you your props. Is usually when I go there, and I usually go there like, for the most part, I'll go like as soon as possible. So I'll go like right if you might have just posted it within less than an hour. I'm already there. You know what I mean? So there's nothing there. But if I don't get to respond, and then I'll go back, and I'll say, wait, hold on, what is this? I say, okay, she got like 9 responses. It's been like a couple hours. Let me read down and see what somebody. Make sure that they're not saying something that's wrong. Make sure that you say the right thing. Up in D-Lo's and up in Lala's, that y'all saying the right thing. Because if you ain't saying the right thing, then you're going to get checked. Because I don't trust you. Because you might be some kind of trolling them, and you done came in there and you're running your mouth. See, I got to get you up off of me. We all got different opinions, but, just, come in with some kind of, don't come in with something that you can't, that's not really checkable like that. If it's just an observation, then say it's an observation. But don't come in and make it seem like it's facts. It's not facts. When you say somebody is the greatest fans or whatever, don't say that shit, because it's not a fact. Because I can smash it with something else. I say, oh shit, French fans is crazy as hell. That French fans really be going behind their people. English fans, German fans, but don't say that. If that's all y'all got is fans, that's it. A lot. They say I got to pay catch up on D-Lo's vids today. Yeah, D-Lo be putting them on. I don't even think they give. I don't think they shoot all the D-Lo's videos my way. But that's how this thing is, man. I can't. It's irritating sometimes. How you don't keep your updates. It's just irritating. I don't like it. Yeah. So who you got, Lala? Oh, tonight. Who you got tonight? See if we can get Lala's picks for the night. Come on, Queen, give us your picks for the night. I'm gonna see if we're in agreement. I know we're all in agreement with like at least one fight, but I want to know what your picks are for the night, and what you feel about Valdez tonight. What do you feel? How are you feeling about that? What are you feeling some kind of way? And D-Lo 404, he said me comment section, Sue comment section, or something like that. Yeah. Mine is yours. He with the Española. He said the me and Sue. Me comment. So he said you can make the comments up in there. If you got to get their ass, Eagle, get them. D-Lo's like I ain't gonna do nothing but laugh anyway. Oh, okay. Yeah. Conceição. She going see I'm rooting for the Conceição dude versus Valdez. That's me and her. Okay, what's the rest of them? And I want a Herring. Okay, what's your give me all 3 of them. Okay, give me all 3 of them, Lala. I think me and Lala probably we got all 3 together. I gave you guys my picks. She probably picking the same 3 because she already well, she might go outside the box. She might go with you guys on the last fight. But so far we got a couple that we're going for because I'm going with the Flores. Yep. Yeah. Derek Bailey. Yep. He going with the He going with the Conceição by the decision. Conceição by decision. And then Lala said, yes, Derek. And then she laughing out loud at D-Lo. Yeah. Yeah, but we try, just because this is grown, that's why it's, Lala, I didn't see none of your guests that you was inviting to come over. What, they got scared? Or they came in and ain't say nothing? Nakatani is the other fight. Yeah, Nakatani's fighting. Yeah. Acosta and Nakatani. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going with, like I said, I'm going with. I know everybody going with Nakatani, but I got to stick. Sticking with. I'm sticking with the country. I'm sticking with the area. And that's because I don't really get like a choice. I don't really get to, pick fighters like that because I have to talk about them. But I'm putting down who my preference is, who I would like to see. You guys knows I don't have no chains on today, huh? Yeah. So I'm just putting down who I would like to see. I would like to see do what they need to do. Go out there and do your thing, baby. Get that knockout. That's what we want. But I'm telling you guys, just don't know how excited Eagle is about Holyfield, though. I'm excited about this one. Holyfield go out there and get that damn dub. Holyfield go out there and get that KTFO. So we can brag on you and say that's how you bring it back home. Yeah, sometimes you gotta knock people. You gotta knock somebody out. Sometimes somebody gotta get knocked. They gotta get KTFO. I got a feeling Holyfield gonna put on a show. Cause Holyfield is the type of person. He's the type of guy that stays in like major, like mad shape. You know what I mean? And this right up his alley right here. If it's only an 8-rounder, that's right up his alley right there. Even if he get in a little bit of trouble, he gonna come back by. I would say Holyfield by 5 at least, or maybe before that. Anything after 5, Holyfield's is really gonna hurt. He's really gonna hurt the guy after 5. Be better for the guy to get up out of there early, like get your ass up out of here earlier, so you won't get as hurt. She said something. She said I made the video to invite people, but it was too long. I'm going to redo it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Gino for F Valdez. I can't even say it. I'm laughing so much because he put the capital down there. So my mind automatically blows it up. Like he said, F Valdez. He put it in everything in capital. He said Canelo, the coach, and the whole Juice crew. Yeah, old Juicy Juices. Yeah. I put the Juicy Juice. The Juicy Juice is the new look in boxing. I sat there. I want a good laugh. He said, let's get a Paulie versus Porter rematch. Yeah, he did some Paulie. So Porter could do his leap. Let's take a look at that, shall we? Let me see if I have it up here. Don't I have it up here? Don't worry, I'll find it. I do have it. Lala bought it up. It ain't my fault. Lala bought that up. Let me see. Here we go. There it is, Lala. Is that what you want to see? These are all the exhibition fighters that some of them are still in contention. And actually, Sean Porter is not an exhibition fighter. So, Paulie is the exhibition fighter. And so is AJ, exhibition fighter. That's all. That's why his language is the way it is. He's just an exhibition fighter. Tevin Farmer, exhibition fighter. Amir Khan, exhibition fighter. We've had exhibition fighters in the past that actually were able to fool people and get championships and and stay like undefeated and do good and stuff like Hector Macho Camacho and other fighters were able to do. Um, if I wanted to get real raw, I could put Chavez and some other fighters on there, but people would get mad because oh no, he went such and such, and oh they'll start bringing up the fact of what they did when they was in, not even in their prime, but when they was fighting bums. They'll bring all that shit up, and then I kill it. Well, as soon as they fight elite fighters, then what happened? Then what happened to him? Then, oh well, he was getting up in age. No, no. You're not hurt if you're getting up. It don't matter if you're getting up in age if you ain't never had a test. See, people don't. They hate when somebody has to finally get a test. Don't nobody like that. He got. You can't get your words out. You can't get your words out because you know the thing about it didn't have a damn thing to do with him getting older. He didn't get them tested. And once he started getting tested, oh shit, that's what it's like. But guess what you need to do if you're a championship caliber fighter? If you're a championship caliber fighter, you got to put yourself in those tests early. You know, maybe before you're a champion, you got to put yourself in those tests and you got to get in. Okay, that was hard. Okay, I made it through there. Shit, do I want another one? I got to do it. Show my championship because you're too worried about that O. You're too worried about that O. Stop worrying about the O. Oh, get your ass out there and fight. That's what the O is about. Oh, get your ass out there and fight. That's how you end up getting caught up. That's how you end up getting caught up as fighters. You end up getting caught up because you had high expectations of you because we seen what you was doing and we thought you was oh shit, he good, man. Oh, he's great, man. He's better than good. He's great. Oh yeah, we'll watch. We're gonna see what it looks like when he fights such and such. Huh? And you calling the fighter such and such, and the fighter's way better than you. Now such and such get his hands on you, and all we do is see you get like touched up. Like, damn, you got touched up. And nobody could answer the question. I said that as a amateur fighter, who was more devastating far as in boxing, who was more devastating as a amateur, who did more damage to the competition, especially in the Olympics. And it was actually two heavyweights. And George Foreman was the most devastating. But I would feel that Teofimo Stevenson was probably second. And we can argue about that, but I would think that that's the case on that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but the Polly Porter, that'd be great. Yep. Derek Bay said, yeah, Belfort can't box. Yep. Lala D said, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I'm hoping for Holyfield to just show off, hit his ass with like a great combination that we get to look at. Just like a 20 piece, like that. Just welcome to boxing. I need Holyfield to welcome his ass to boxing. That's it. But Porter is busy with Bud, so never mind. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if are they fighters? We got to see him fight. That's our whole thing, Lala. If we don't see them fighting, they're just warm up. They're boxing participants that are warming up right now. If we're not watching it, if that bell ain't ringing, they not boxing. They not a fighter. They not a boxer. They just warm up. They just warm up boxers. They retired. They're sparrers. If anything, you just a boxer that is in sparring mode. We got to start eliminating the whole thing of thinking fighters are fighters. You're a fighter when you're fighting. Other than that, we don't know what might be going through your mind. You might have a Ryan Garcia moment or something. You might be having a mental breakdown right now, and we don't even know if you're a fighter. So that's why we gotta look at that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Derek Bailey said Paulie doesn't want that smoke again. No, Paulie don't want that, man. That's Lala starting trouble. Yeah. Paulie looked like a fish out of the water versus Sean. That's why Sean was throwing leaping punches at him. He said peace to, D-Lo said peace to everyone. Y'all stay safe and enjoy the weekend. Super solid show. EF. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, we about to get out of here, man. I was just I wanted Lala D to come back and say hi. That's it. I was kind of waiting on her, and y'all got me engaged with this whole uh, this Valdez thing. Y'all had me laughing at that, and you know, and just our other little talk, that we had. Yep. Derek Bay said, I said George was hurting him bad. Yeah. Oh no, I know. Yeah, I know you said he was hurting him bad, but I said, was there anybody else that was in that same category? That's what I was asking. Yeah, but then at that same time, you only had like a few fighters that defected from Cuba that actually turned pro. Stevenson could not fight Ali because of his status. He was a political figure. If you think about it, they were more heavy connected with Russia back then, and even the Russian athletes were more like dignitaries. It wouldn't do any good. Wouldn't do any good. He was getting everything that he needed, just like all the Russian like weightlifters and stuff. Like they getting everything they needed. So pro, he probably could have fought. I think Ali would have got him because he's just too slow. He was too slow for Ali, but he's a big boy though. He was like what 6'7". He's a big boy. He had that power. That's one thing. One thing he had. Yep. But D'Lo said peace. Okay, what? Derek Bay said peace at D'Lo 404. Lala D said Santeas. He said Aram is saying Bud Porter likely November 20th. Yeah. Yeah, but Lala, see the way we look at it now in Eagles Wear Boxing, we don't even look at boxers as being boxers until we gonna get a fight. I'm tired of getting excited about fights. You clearing out the schedule. You got your plane tickets and everything else, and then they cancel shit on you. Yep. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, Derek Beatty, yep. Three Olympians. When he went and got his gold, he ain't had nobody mess with him. He's just beating up. He's just beating our fighters up. He was beating our fighters into retirement before they can even turn pro. All right, man. I'm gonna catch y'all. Maybe I'll catch y'all on the weekend, man. I'm stressing out right now. I'm supposed to be going out to the racetrack. I'm supposed to be working at the racetrack, but I don't know if they're sending me my paperwork late. I don't like that because I got to get lodging and all that. But anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see. All right, my shout out to all y'all that mess with me, man. This is Friday, man. This is the wrap. We wrapped it up a little bit today. A lot of D got to catch some of that earlier conversation. Y'all know what it is. Nothing but blessings. I'm gonna catch y'all, man.